Taking responsibility, the first step to self-growth. Welcome to today's session, where we'll dive into one of the most crucial principles of self-growth, taking responsibility for your life. It's a simple concept, yet incredibly powerful. And let me tell you, this one shift can completely transform your journey. So, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever makes you feel comfortable because we're going to have a conversation that just might change your perspective forever. Let me start with a story about a young man named Kwame. Kwame grew up in a small town where opportunities were scarce. He often blamed his circumstances for everything that went wrong in his life. If only I was born in the city, he'd think, I'd have better education, better connections, and a better life. One day, Kwame met an old fisherman who had a reputation for his wisdom. The fisherman said something Kwame would never forget. A boat won't move unless the rower picks up the oars. Kwame was struck by those words. The fisherman explained, you can't control where the waves take you, but you can control how you row your boat. That day, Kwame made a decision to stop blaming the waves, his circumstances, and take responsibility for rowing his life in the direction he wanted. Fast forward 5 years, Kwame built a thriving business in his small town, all because he chose to take responsibility instead of making excuses. So, what does it really mean to take responsibility for your life? Simply put, it's the act of owning your actions, decisions, and their consequences. It's acknowledging that while you can't control everything around you, you can control how you respond. Here's the hard truth: blaming others, circumstances, or even bad luck might feel good in the moment, but it keeps you stuck. Responsibility is the opposite, it empowers you. It gives you the steering wheel of your life. Key components of responsibility. Let's break this down into 3 key components of taking responsibility. When things go wrong, it's easy to point fingers. It's my boss's fault I missed the deadline, or I can't save money because life is too expensive. But here's the thing: blaming others gives away your power. Think about a football game. If the goalkeeper blames the defense for every goal scored, do you think they'll improve? Probably not. But the goalkeeper who reflects on their own performance and trains harder will stand a better chance next time. Every choice you make, big or small, has an impact. Maybe you've chosen to binge watch TV instead of working on a project, and now the deadline is looming. That's not the TV's fault, it's yours. But the beauty of owning your decisions is that you can also own the solution. Take Sarah, for example. Sarah wanted to lose weight but kept blaming her busy schedule. One day, she decided to take ownership. She started meal prepping on Sundays and squeezing in 15-minute workouts at home. Her small decisions added up, and she lost 15 pounds in 3 months. Here's the thing: nobody's perfect. You will make mistakes, it's inevitable. But when you take responsibility for those mistakes, you unlock the door to growth. Instead of seeing failures as final, view them as feedback. I'll share another story. Daniel was a young entrepreneur who invested heavily in a business idea without proper research. The business failed miserably, and he was tempted to blame the economy. But Daniel chose to take responsibility, analyze what went wrong, and learn from it. His next business? A massive success, because he approached it with better preparation and knowledge. Now let's pause for a moment. I want you to reflect. Is there an area in your life where you're blaming someone or something else? Maybe it's your job, your relationships, or even your finances. Write it down. Now, ask yourself, what's one small step I can take to regain control in this area? Share your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your story. Overcoming common obstacles now. I know taking responsibility isn't easy. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. It requires you to admit when you're wrong or face areas where you need to improve. But let me share a secret: the discomfort is temporary, but the rewards are long-lasting. When you take responsibility, you gain clarity, confidence, and control over your life. Let's wrap up with this thought: life is like a canvas, and you are the artist. Taking responsibility is like picking up the brush. The colors, your circumstances, might not always be ideal, but you get to decide what picture you paint. Remember Kwame? He turned his life around by rowing his boat instead of blaming the waves. You can do the same. Start today. Take ownership of your decisions, embrace your power to change, and watch your life transform. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's all take responsibility and grow together. See you in the next video.